Welcome to Film Live Reviews. I'm Lianne Collinson.
And I'm Jason Collinson.
Martin McDonagh has written and directed a dark comedy called In Bruges.
Two hitmen, Ray and Ken, played by Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson, are told by their boss, Harry Waters, played by Ralph Fiennes, to lie low in Bruges, Belgium, for a couple of weeks following the disaster of the latest hit, which resulted in the death of an innocent bystander.
Waiting for Harry to call so the duo can return home back to England, they take Harry's advice and see the sights in the beautiful city of Bruges.
But the charms of this quaint medieval city are lost on Ray, who is already unhappy over his last case, especially as it was his first job. Things change for Ray when he meets Chloe, who is played by Clement Posey. Chloe is part of a film crew shooting a movie starring an American dwarf named Jimmy, played by Jordan Prentice. Prentice, is that right?
That's correct.
Thank you. Harry's instructions are yours, sorry. Get in.
I want to jump in. Harry's instructions are finally delivered, and with both hitmen appreciating life in their own ways, they find it hard to follow through on their boss's commands.
What is it you've done, Raymond?
Murder, Father.
Why did you murder someone, Raymond?
For money.
Who did you murder for money, Raymond?
You, Father. After I killed them, I walked home to await instructions. Get to Bruges.
Bruges.
Bruges? Where's that?
It's in Belgium.
For 2 weeks? In Bruges? In a room like this? With you? No way.
Been to the top of the tower? Guidebook says it's a must-see.
Well, you ain't going up there.
Why?
It's all windy stairs. I'm not being funny.
What exactly are you trying to say?
They're a bunch of elephants.
Mr. Blakely?
Yes.
You have a message?
Number one, why aren't you in when I told you to be in? You better be in when I call again, or there'll be now to pay. I'm telling you.
He swears a lot, doesn't he? Let's go out.
Go out where?
The pub.
Yes.
Harry, I've got an idea. I'm gonna go back to my room, jump into the canal, see if I can escape. If you go outside and round the corner, you can shoot at me from there and try and get me.
I'll go outside, then which way, right or left?
You go right, don't you?
Okay, on the count of 1, 2, 3, go.
Who says it?
Oh, you say it.
You guys are crazy.
1, 2, 3, go!
Ray, you're about the worst tourist in the whole world. If I'd grown up on a farm and was retarded, Bruges might impress me, but I didn't, so it doesn't.
She ain't my girlfriend. She's a prostitute.
Didn't know there were any prostitutes in Bruges.
Just have to look in the right places. Brothels are good.
An Uzi? I'm not from South Central Los Angeles. I want a normal gun for a normal person.
Maybe that's what hell is. The entire rest of eternity spent in Bruges.
Back off, Shorty.
You don't know karate.
Jason, we watched this film a while ago, but it's become a classic, and we remember watching it together. What do you think about the film? Like, why has it become a classic for you?
First of all, it brings back a lot of memories, obviously, you know, in jokes for yourself. So every time I see you, it's pretty... But probably like as we said before, you know, the sightseeing, I think that both characters, how they play the contrast so much, but which makes it, you know, really funny. But I do think Colin Farrell plays amazing.
He's so good. But I think Brendan Gleeson actually sets him up. So you've got these two characters. You've got Colin Farrell's character, who is there for the comic relief, and then you have also got Brendan Gleeson's character that sets up all the one-liners to make Colin Farrell's character funny.
Yeah, no, it brings out the best of him. 100%. It's just that the little bits directing, like when the Jimmy the dwarf, when they first meet him, he runs over to him, but then the director's down there, you know, obviously looking like they're looking down on him.
Yeah.
You know, little things like that are just like, obviously when we were watching it just before we came on air, it's like little things like you just miss. It's like, oh, I totally forgot about that. You know, it's so good. Like, it's unreal. But it brings back a lot of memories of the film for me, definitely.
Yeah. So what we did, we watched a few trailers before we decided to do this review, and we just had a huge giggle all over again because it is a film that you can keep going back to and you forget quite a lot of the jokes. And that's quite nice in itself because it's a film that you can keep revisiting all the time.
You know you're getting old because when he's sightseeing, I'm thinking I'd do that now. But when I first watch it, I'd be like, I know where it's coming from because I'd be bored. You know, I'd be so bored. But now I'd be like, oh yeah, let's have a look at this and look at this painting in the 1400s. 1400s, this was painted in. Do you know what I mean? So you can tell I've just hit 30.
So you get the two characters that are completely split. You've got the one that wants to sightsee. They're in the older years of life, but they're actually appreciating everything in Bruges. And then you've got the one that is completely bored, who wants to go out on the town and actually
just get
have
drunk
a heap
and,
of fun.
Of course, and like I say, you know, just get laid. I suppose that's all he wants doing. It just where the other one is like the dad. Come on, son, let's have a look at this. Let's,
And it's actually quite good because that's what the director wanted. That's what he wanted for the characters. So apparently the director visited Bruges a number of years before he made the film, and he was actually split in what he wanted. And because he was split in what he wanted, whether he wanted to sightsee or whether he wanted to actually just go out and screw as many girls as he can, he actually became a juxtaposed, and that's how he created the two characters.
Yeah, made me laugh when he said it because he said that, and then he just goes, I just needed to bring them both there, so I came up with the idea is they're both two hitmen and they've just killed this little boy. I'm like, all right, mate, geez, that could be hardcore. Like, where does that come from? Do you know what I mean? Things like that, but obviously, what a film. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's actually a really clever gangster film. That's what it is. Yeah. It's an intelligent gangster film, and it's got all these different themes, and that's what's really cool about it. So, you've got all this history in Bruges, and that's what they're struggling to let go of, is the history of who they are.
Yeah, no, I just like that. The funny, one of the best for me, the scenes I've ever seen would be the one with the where a bottle, bang, and he punches the girl. Obviously, spoiler alert, so I do apologise, but
it's the Vietnamese.
He takes a deep breath before he punches him. Do you know, he talks to himself. Do you know what I mean? And it were. Yeah, little things like that. That scene is just hilarious. That's for John Lennon, you Yankee, whatever he calls him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so there's huge amounts of in-jokes in it that doesn't get resolved throughout the film. So they start at the beginning, and you, as you navigate through the narrative, it actually ends up all being resolved. So every character has got their character arc, and then you've also got these little in-jokes that you work out as a viewer, which is just brilliant writing. And it was actually Martin that wrote it as well, which is, it's pretty good. He comes from a theatre background and a script writing, playwriting background, and you can definitely tell.
Yeah. yeah, you can. So you want me to jump in there? Yes, I agree. No, I know exactly where you're coming from.
Well, they had 3 weeks rehearsal. They had 3 weeks. They had 3 weeks rehearsal.
Did they?
Yeah.
Wow, what happened there?
Well, usually in film you don't get that much time with your actors. So the fact that they had 3 weeks rehearsal and Martin was a first-time film director and the actors were able to help him on his journey as well is really unique. And I know a few people that have been to Bruges, mainly our brother, that's been to Bruges.
Yeah, we know one person that's been there.
We know one person that's been there.
At least they're all right.
But it does. They are actually saying this is where the film in Bruges was made because they're really proud of the film.
Yeah, I watched. We watched a clip about Purgatory.
Yeah.
Didn't we? And that were, to me, that kind of, it shows how in depth. Because obviously, when I watch a film, as you can tell, watching this, I'm very much. I don't have much in-depth views usually. I'm just, it's alright, mate. Yeah. I'd watch it again. But obviously, when we watch that video, obviously, talk about Purgatory. I'm like, what you're talking about. But then they explain why it could potentially be that is Purgatory. It's like, oh wow, that's so in depth. You know what I mean? I didn't have a clue, mate.
Yeah. So in the film, they explore so many different themes and narratives as to what it could be. And so you've got the gangster story, but then you've also got all these themes with hidden subtext. For example, when the little boy is has just been shot, which this is a spoiler alert, which we're going to have to alert people that there is a spoiler alert. When there's a little boy that's being killed, he has these 3 things that he's repenting his sins for, and that relates heavily on the actual character. And it's not just in a deep and emotional way. You've also got the comedy aspect of it as well.
Yeah.
The fact that he can't do maths because
Yeah.
he shoots 2 people instead of 1.
Yeah, and like that just went over my head until I watched it. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you actually decode, if you want a film to decode and actually go through step by step, and scene for scene, this is a really good film to do a case study on.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it could be studied in school as well, couldn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, 100%, because you've got all the religious narrative that runs through as well, and then you've got this beautiful Gothic historic city, and
School trips in Bruges. There you go.
There's that too. But what I'm saying is that the characters have got this overarching history upon themselves that they can't seem to let go of, and that's what they're coming to terms with. They're in purgatory themselves. They don't belong in hell because they've got morals as people.
Yeah.
And then they don't belong in heaven because they're actually hitmen. So you've got this really Christian undertone that goes through the whole thing, and that's portrayed in the artwork and the city itself.
What would you rate it out of 10?
That was going to be my last question.
Oh, have I nicked you over there?
Yeah. All right.
Get in.
So, out of 10...
And why?
So, out of 10, I'd give it a high 8, I think. And the reason is because everything about it, and especially for a first-time filmmaker, everything about it is poetic. And it's...
Poetic?
It is. It's poetic. So once... just the characters are brilliant, the acting's brilliant, the directing, the cinematography, everything about it is really poetic. And it's rare that you get that in a movie.
No, true. I agree. To be fair, I'd give it high. Definitely high. I'd say about 8 out of 10, to be perfectly honest.
I wasn't going to ask you.
I'm answering my own question. What would you give it, Jason? Well, to be fair, I'd give it 8 out of 10. Thank you very much. But yeah, that's my knowledge. 8 out of 10.
Yeah. Would you recommend it to people?
Oh yeah, give it an 8 out of 10, 100%. You know, it's who watched it and they said, oh, they just didn't get it. But then somebody else said they really did. Oh yeah, it were weirdly it was his brother and his partner, wasn't it? She didn't enjoy it and he loved it. So
yeah.
So I suppose it's a bit of a.
If you like gangster films and you like intelligent films, it is a very good film to watch because it is quite intelligent. You do have to appreciate the art.
You have to concentrate.
I don't even think you've got to concentrate. You're not one
I did. my head was killing after.
Smoke coming out of your ears.
Yeah, what happened there? Sorry, go.
So as a first-time filmmaker, what did you think of the performances that Martin got out of the actors?
I think it comes across, especially when we watch the the interviews with them, that they were just on board with it straight away. So I think their professionalism helped the director so much. And do you know what I mean, when you see a lot of obviously, or you hear a lot of artists and a lot of actors, actresses who can be difficult on cameras, but it just shows that everybody are on board with this, which helps. Do you know what I mean? Well, obviously you've done a lot more filming than me. I can imagine it does help when the actors and actresses, listen to you and they do exactly what you say and
and
they're
come
not
up
arguing.
with suggestions. Yeah. That's important.
Well, they said they didn't need to change anything,
yeah.
which were good. So obviously the scripts were very tight, but I can imagine. Would you say? Have you ever found it difficult when someone hasn't been? Does it just? Can it affect? The actual film if someone's constantly difficult.
It affects the set 100%. But there's a reason why people are difficult, and that's because. At the end of the day, as a director, you want to make sure that you get the best out of your actors and that the set is very fluid and things are getting done on time to budget. And that's incredibly difficult to do because you're managing the whole process, not just the story. You're making sure you're getting the best out of your actors. You're making sure set experience is really calm. So it is really difficult to do. But that's what a director's role is. That's the role. And I think Martin 100% delivered. And he actually said he was planning 2 months. He was storyboarding 2 months in advance, and he'd been to Bruges 4 years before. So this was an idea that was 4 years in the making, potentially, before it even touched a camera. And you can tell it's so well thought out.
Yeah, there's a lot of layers.
There are a lot of layers, and that's important.
The buzzword. I'm thinking of what buzzword can I say which will make me sound that I know what I'm on about. And then set me back up. That's too good to. So yeah, I think it's got a lot of layers.
Like an onion.
Yeah.
Onions have
but
layers.
yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from, and like the prep that went into it. But like you say, you talk about your prep a bit like this today.
It is all about the prep.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. If you'd like us to review any film in the future, please let us know in the comments below.
And like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell to get all our future notifications. We'll see you next time.
So it's subscribe first, then the bell.
That's what we did.
Is that what it is?
That's what I did.
Okay, cool. So do it again.
No, we've done it.
No, subscribe.
That was fine.
Okay, no worries then. So subscribe. No, comment first, because I did that bit.
Did you?
Yeah, and then subscribe. Can you comment when you're not subscribed?
Yeah.
Comment first, subscribe, bell.
In that order.
Please.
Yeah.